Ladies and gentlemen, I don't make videos like what's the best under $500 watch. So I'm going to tell you what's the best $500 watch. Because I don't make videos about it. So I'm just going to go out of character here. It's called the Seiko Samurai Patty Special Edition SBDY123. It's about $436 plus shipping from Japan. So it's about $450 or so. Maybe it's under $500. The Seiko Samurai Patty Special Edition SBDY123. I want you guys to buy it so I don't have to buy it. I was tempted to buy it yesterday. And then I realized, dude, you got two really nice blue watches, excuse me, on this Monday morning. Clear your throat, sir. So, yeah, I already have two nice blue watches. But that Samurai, it's got sapphire, it's got a ceramic bezel, it's got this soft strap. It's not the bracelet version, the one I'm thinking of, because he's in a post-bracelet existence. Man, I almost bought it, man. You know, I have this really nice SLA here. I actually have 3 SLAs. So what do you do when you buy a watch that's under $500? I guess you call that watch a snack, and you're just grazing until you get the next big watch. Well, I don't know. I didn't do it. I decided it would have been a bad move. So I didn't get. I just wanted to share that with you. No snacking for me. So today, this presentation, I want to talk about probably my biggest regret from the watch hobby. I've been doing the watch hobby since 2005. That's when I got bit by the watch bug, when I saw a Citizen Echozilla inside a watch store, just going with my wife to change the battery in her quartz watch. Something happened to me. And so almost for 20 years I've been smitten by watches. And I was trying to well, I wasn't trying. A thought occurred to me. I went on a quest for a Holy Grail watch for many years. What I'm now calling, I didn't see it at the time, I'm now calling it the Cosplay Hero Watch. Well, what is cosplay? Cosplay means you're doing a performance. You're doing a big act. And I think when you do a big act, it's a distraction from what you should really be doing. And so the cosplay watch, you know, I'm just going to be honest with you guys, man. I think we all have this quality, so I'm going to share it with you. I think I regret that my watch hobby was informed too much by my own vanity. And look, I love the watch hobby. I love beautiful watches. What I love about the hobby more than anything is the people I've met. I think the people I've met in the watch hobby has meant more to me than the actual watches. And this watch is gorgeous. I love it. Don't get me wrong. But vanity was too much of my watch hobby. And the vanity of wearing some big oversized Cosplay Hero watch distracted me from being, I don't know if being a real hero is the right language to use for this, but for being truly strong. And that's what I want to talk about today. True strength. I mean, I'm a slow learner. I'm going to be 63 in 3 months? I'm a slow learner, man. I should have known this stuff a long time ago. As I interrogate my watch hobby and my life, you know, I find out, I think I realize that I'm almost 63. I've lived most of my life in a prison, and that's what I want to talk about today. I think because of my own vanity, I think I've spent most of my life in a prison. I think my vanity has blinded me to being in a prison. I want to explain this to you. So I'm 62. When I was 12 in 1974, I became an Olympic weightlifter. And I loved it. I loved the discipline. I loved the self-esteem. I loved the structure. I think it saved me in many ways. It saved me from chaos. And so I've grown up with this sort of self-congratulatory, pat myself on the back images. I'm the workout guy. I'm always the workout guy. Whatever mistakes I make in life, at least I can console myself with the fact that I'm the workout guy. And so I looked good for my first 30 years of life. I was a svelte workout guy, svelte and muscular, 200 pounds. At 30, my metabolism shut down, and I remember it seems like I gained 20 pounds in 2 months when it was crazy. My weight just shot up. Went from 200 to 235 in a very brief period of time. And so I'm 62, and I look good at 200. I just want to share something with you guys. 4 times in my life, post-30 life, I've lost between 30 and 50 pounds. 4 times. 2000, 2004, 2012, and 2018. And in all cases, the weight came back. So I was able to maintain calorie restriction for a while, but then I became lax. And during this time, I've always consoled myself. Well, you didn't maintain your 200 pounds, but you're the workout guy. You're the workout guy. And you got to realize, for 20 years, I've been obsessed with watches and having the great Cosplay Hero Watch. What I wish I would have done is a lot of that energy. I wish I would have pinpointed it toward my my failings at those calories, because I don't think we reduce calories just for having a hot bod, having a hot Instagram bod, for vanity. What I've come to the conclusion is that calorie restriction is actually going against the grain of the Western man, the industrial man. For most of my life, I've grown up believing that I'm entitled to always be full, to live in a state of constant satiety. You know, I got this caveman voice inside my brain. You are hungry. Hunger is bad. Eat. And it's like my thermostat is like set so that as soon as there's a slightest temperature change, my AC goes on full blast. And I don't know what it's like to be hungry. And I've forgotten how to be hungry. As Cat's Tooth, he was responding to, he commented on an earlier video I made about how I got back from Cabo a couple weeks ago. I was 240 and I wanted to lose weight again. And Cat's Tooth said, man, we live in a world of 24-hour snacking and entertainment. And we've forgotten how to be hungry. And I love those words. We've forgotten how to be hungry. You know, there's a saying, the best spice for food is hunger. And it's weird, man. Food sure does taste good when you're hungry, but who in the heck is hungry anymore? We've forgotten how to be hungry. We live in a state of constant satiety. Post-World War II industrialized man lives in a state of constant satiety, and we're fat. We're like those characters out of that movie Wall-E. And it's a prison to have to always satiate yourself. It is a weakness, and I didn't know that for 20 years I was living in that prison. And I was spending so much time looking for the Hero Cosplay Watch. So I don't think willpower is enough to restrict your calories. I think you need a philosophical basis. And the therapist, Phil Stutz, he writes about the dangers of the comfort zone. He calls it the warm bath. And he says you should live in a constant state of self-improvement and have long-term goals, and your desire for immediate gratification will cut you off, will make you a smaller person. I wish I was focused more on that in the last 20 years than finding the Hero Cosplay Watch. Because I'm at the point now where at the age of 62, almost 63, I do want to get down to 200 again. And I know talk is cheap, so we'll see how that goes. I'm going to look at the weight loss in quarters. So I'm 240, I'm going to get down to 200. So, 230, I'll be a quarter done. 220, I'll be halfway done, and so on and so forth. Pretty confident I'll get down to 200. I think the real challenge is once I get there to not become so vain and complacent that the weight creeps up again. Because I've been through this rodeo before, as I like to say. So, man, all those years obsessing over the Cosplay Hero Watch, when I didn't realize that non-restraint, not restraint, non-restraint is the prison. And I'm seeing it more clearly. I'm such a slow learner. I'm seeing this clearly at a pretty late age in life. Funny enough, a couple months ago, I was just doing stuff, and this message came into my head. It said, dude, your desire to accumulate lots of watches is in conflict with your desire to be happy. You're never happy when you buy lots of watches. And it's weird. I mean, your desire to constantly snack is in conflict with your desire to be happy. Obviously, the self-controlled man is the happy man. And I mean, words are cheap. We'll see how I do with this. He has a strategy. Yes, of course, we all have a strategy. Which maybe I'll talk about that another day. I don't feel like talking about it today. I just wanted to go through the philosophical foundation for calorie restriction. My wife had to teach me a certain amount of emotional restraint. She had to teach me that yelling at my daughters achieved nothing. And she was so right. Man, my life in this family is so much easier when I'm not yelling at my daughters, when I'm not becoming unhinged. It doesn't even accomplish anything when I yell. It's counterproductive. So emotional restraint, watch buying restraint, eating restraint. The reason why I think it's easy to get imprisoned is not just my vanity, but popular culture tells us that non-restraint is good. I remember I read an essay for my students in the late 1980s. I think it was by Bell Hooks. And she was referring to Madonna as the priestess of non-restraint. And I remember being blown away by that phrase, non-restraint. And it seems like most advertising puts us in that direction. So let me interrogate this non-restraint further. Forgive me if you watch me melt away on these videos into the skinny man. If that does happen, I won't do so in some vainglorious, cliche Instagram hot bod way. But I'll tell you what I'll be doing. I mean, I'm not going to be doing anything fancy. I'm going to stop snacking at night. I'm going to keep my protein up to about 175 grams. I don't have to hit 200. I think 175 would be easier to hit. My calories, I think, will be somewhere between 2,000 and 2,200. We'll see. And, it's not going to it won't be easy because, you go on vacations with your family, and that's brutal. That's brutal right there. And then you've got birthday celebrations and such. But I'm not going to whine. I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to make excuses. But, I think as a almost 63-year-old, I may have some wisdom and insight to impart, but I refuse to disseminate that wisdom and insight unless I live up to the words of myself. So, to recap, my biggest regret over the last 20 years regarding my watch hobby is that my brain was so diverted to my watch obsession that I didn't think about more urgent priorities like living a life of non-restraint. Not just living it and having the willpower to do it, but having the philosophical basis and justification for living that way, for understanding that non-restraint as a prison. And what sucks about, when popular culture gives you 24-hour fast food and 24-hour entertainment, and you forget how to be hungry and you forget how to be bored, as Cat's Tooth said, you don't even know you're in prison. And I mean, you know how hard that is? I'm 62. And I wish I would have had a more acute grasp of that when I was younger. Most of you are younger than I am. And I don't even know if hearing the words makes a difference, or if you have to fall off the horse and suffer the injury on your own. I don't know. I just don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, tell me what you think. And until next time, I'm out.